The next event after this one is IEM Chengdu. So all I want is this, Pimp. Just look at the field of teams there. By the way, it's really good fucking teams. It's a really good list. And all I want you to pick is this. It's going to be a team. It doesn't have to be one of the best. It's up to you how you pick this. But the question is going to be, what team needs a result at this event, Pimp? There's the question for you. Look at that field. Who are you going to isolate? This team, you can't, with that VRS discussion, you can't do the liquid. Like, who cares if we don't do it well? You need a run. You need, a playoff run, a deep finish. What team out of this field should this event really matter for? Who are you picking?
I think there's two angles. I could say G2 because they've had a really good start and now they're slowed down to a point where it's like, is it going to be good for next year? Not quite sure. I think the team that needs it the most by looking at everything is Virtus.pro. Like Virtus.pro is at danger right now of moving out of top 24, top 25, maybe even top 30 of the VS rankings if they have another shitty tournament. And to have VP not even getting invited into these tournaments, to have VP maybe have to go through a lot of PGL events to acquire not enough points if they even make it to the PGL events. That's a game changer for VP. I think with the lineup as well, with what's happening with Electronic going out, with them apparently not being able to get Jane back or what's going on over there, then I think the team that needs it the most, that still is respected, is Virtus.pro. They need a result. They need points. Not necessarily to make it to a semi-final, but a quarterfinal or a couple of wins against big teams that would net them enough points to set them up for 26 to figure out their shit. Because let's be honest, VP is not supposed to be ranked number 24 in the VS system. That is the second lowest rated team at the entire tournament, which is a bit ridiculous when you consider that Virtus.pro is still a team that
it's a big org, yeah.
It's a big org.
They've got money, everything, yeah.
Got money. Katowice, they were in the semi-final, I think. IEM Katowice, I know that's half a year ago, but still, IEM Katowice semi-finalist, that's not bad. Now they're at risk of not even starting 26, getting invited to the very same tournament that they placed, third to fourth in. So I think if any team needs it more than any other, it will be VP. You could also say Astralis, but luckily for Astralis, they've been farming points in lesser-known tournaments, so they're kind of safe, They still suck, and it's a shitty project, and I hope they go international next year, but they also do need a good result to turn up for the major with any aspirations, because if they have another mediocre tournament, then it would have been 3 or 4 tournaments in a row where they're just mediocre, so nothing really tends in the right direction. Nothing seems to be getting better. Stown on a sick leave. Is he coming back anytime soon? Is he going to be part of the roster for 26? Who knows, So I think in terms of do you want to believe that they're any good anymore? Astralis, and then FaZe would be my last shout out in that regard. Like, where the fuck is FaZe heading with this whole Jacob thing? Like, is it gonna get any better, or do they implode for 26? I'm honestly not sure right now with FaZe.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna go along a different route. You went more for who needs to go up. I'll tell you who I actually think needs to have a really good tournament, and it is Mouse, bro. Because I'll tell you what, a lot of people have done this call because it's just what's happening, isn't it? They're sort of gradually falling off, aren't they? But they're clinging on just enough that if you're a Mouse fan, you could still delude yourself and think they could win the major, or they could make a finals run, and do something like that. The problem is, one, mate, the one area I'm worried is they just lose to Falcons every time now, mate. That's all. Everyone loves to beam on Falcons. Falcons get them every time. Forget Vitality. That was just a thing that happened once and never happened again. And if you look at them right now, the problem is, like you said earlier about Mouse isn't supposed to still just be wow, they're really overperforming for a team that should just be the 8th best. No, with the roster they have, and presumably they've reinvested and signed players, and I also do think, I know I did this last year, this year for real, guys, I think if this roster doesn't do it, people will go to other teams. People will get bought by the FaZes and the Liquids and the Navis and the Falcons type teams out there who want the talent. I do feel if you want to keep this roster together, you got to win a tournament sooner or later, mate. You know what I mean? You can't come semi-finals and then losing to whoever goes on to win this. I can't be enough. We've got to actually have I need to see you win this tournament or go to the final and make me believe that if you get to the major, I'm still excited that, hey, Mouse can do anything. If they get the right bracket, if they, play awesome against, classically they used to match up well against Spirit. That's the classic one, But right now, I have to feel every tournament that goes by, I just feel 5% less hyped about Mouse.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think that's an interesting one. It's an annoying question because now I'm looking at all the teams and I can come up with a case for every single one of them, right?
Yeah, sure. That's why I said to just do one for this.
Yeah, sorry about that. But you're right. Mouse is it. I am with you. I also do think that some players within that team, they gave it another year, re-signing Jim Fat. They gave it another year with Roland because they started off so well.
Respect as well. That was a big investment for some of them to do. I'm pretty sure some of them could be on a much bigger salary and a much bigger team.
100%. And I also do think the landscape has changed, because I do think FaZe will be in a position where they will probably test some of those players and be like, hey, you want to come over here? You want to play with Kerrigan again, or does Kerrigan even go to Mouse? In an alternate world. So that could be very interesting. I think just one more team, if I may.
Go on.
Spirit fucking needs a great result.
Absolutely.
Like you have Donk on your lineup, and your last 3 tournaments you finished 7th to 8th. 5th to 8th and 7th to 8th. Oh, sorry, 9. What was it at EWC? 9 to 16.
Yeah.
You finished last place and you finished 5th to 8th. Your Spirit, you're supposed to win tournaments. Your Spirit, you're supposed to win the major.
Yep.
You have made roster changes that were supposed to make your team better, and it's only gotten worse.
And by the way, Pimp, even worse, a lot of people missed this. When they updated that like HLTV rating, it made Donk's ratings even higher. Like, bro, you have like the most insane win condition ever. You got to win. Come on, you can't lose.
That's the thing. And in all honesty, you know that from Simple as well. You know that from every single star in the world. If you don't keep your star happy within your team, within your organization, it's only a question of time before that star will make a shit ton of internal struggles, maybe, demanding people to be kicked or demanding you to sign someone else, or even consider to leave himself. Why would Donk stay if he doesn't believe Spirit can give him the team that he can win tournaments with, right? And I know that's very early. It's an early conversation to start.
Yeah, sure.
I know they could win IEM Chengdu, they could win the major, everyone is happy, but it's been 3 tournaments in a row now with roster changes where they haven't looked great. If that trend continues, if they don't have a good result at Chengdu, if they don't have a good result at the major, then stuff will happen within that camp that I'm happy I don't have to deal with. Let's put it that way.
No, put it this way, I'll just say this. Even though right now, yes, we're obviously projecting really far in the future and a lot of things, but I'll tell you right now, as much as a fan might go, no, but you have to understand, Donk's not like that, bro, in interviews, look, all I'll tell you right now is, if Donk, listen, if you're listening, mate, this is a pre-piece of advice for you. If you don't like how it goes at the end of the year and you think they fucked up all the roster moves and you're just sick of what they do, maybe you don't like, I don't know, the IGL or the court, you pick what you don't like. All you have to do is this. If you DM Falcons, Team Liquid, there's a few teams I can tell you, they will absolutely secretly do one of those things where they pull all the executives into a room and sponsors and shit, and they will just raise like $4 million to buy you tomorrow, bro. Like because I can say that is like your Pig Simple. He never actually did it back then. He had that one where he almost did to like SK or whatever. But mate, I can tell you, you can change the whole world of Counter-Strike. It's up to you. So for now, I'm with you. Just play your spot in the team, see how it goes. Just be a good boy. But if you ever don't like it, pick up that phone, mate. You can make it up. You're one of the few people who can change your future, I'm telling you. More cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.